viewers, the big story that we have for you this hour is the latest coming in from Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh. Viewers, you would remember just a few weeks ago how UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath hinted at reopening the files pertaining to the 1978 Sambhal riots. Yogi Adityanath had claimed that 184 Hindus were burned alive. He claimed in total 209 Hindus were killed during the riots that have taken place in Sambhal. But why did he remind us about the riots in 1978? And why is his government looking into revisiting the probe in this case? Because today, Times Now is in possession of a letter of the UP government from 1993 under the leadership of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Now, this letter pertains to 16 cases related to the 1978 Sambhal riots. The cabinet note was a proposal to revoke multiple cases related to the 1978 Sambhal riots. And we are learning that the Mulayam Singh Yadav government, in fact, gave the nod to revoke 8 such cases. Now, citing the letter that has been accessed by Times Now, Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming that Samajwadi Party stands with rioters. And this letter is a proof.
समाजवादी पार्टी दंगाइयों की असली भाईजान है। इसीलिए जब 1978 में जहां पर अनेकों हिंदू मारे गए, जब वहां पे केसेस रीओपन करने की बात योगी आदित्यनाथ जी की सरकार ने की, तो उन्होंने तुरंत उसका विरोध किया। दंगाइयों के साथ खड़े रहना ये समाजवादी पार्टी की फितरत है। अब दस्तावेज बताते हैं कि 1993 में जब मुलायम सिंह यादव जी की सरकार थी, तब 8 मुकदमे वापस लिए गए। तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के चलते समाजवादी पार्टी हो, कांग्रेस हो, इंडिया अलायंस हो, दंगाइयों के साथ खड़ी हो जाती है। ये उसका एक और प्रमाण है। दंगाइयों का कौन है भाईजान, यही इनकी पहचान समाजवादी पार्टी की। एक तरफ तो वो माफिया बोलते हैं मठाधीश को, एक तरफ तो महकुम का मजाक उड़ाते हैं, सनातन पर सवाल खड़े करते हैं, और दूसरी तरफ दंगाइयों के संरक्षण में उतर आते हैं।
And we have a reaction coming in from the Samajwadi Party as well. The Samajwadi Party soon hit back at the Bharatiya Janata Party. Samajwadi Party netas are claiming that the cases were withdrawn as per the constitutional rights given to the state government at that point in time. And the BJP is only raking up this issue today to divert the attention.
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी समझती कि 1978 में जनता पार्टी की सरकार थी, जिसमें कल्याण सिंह और भारतीय जनता पार्टी कई बड़े नेता वो मंत्रिमंडल में शामिल थे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी 1993 में नेताजी ने मुकदमे वापस लिए, उन पे सवाल उठा रही, तो समाजवादी पार्टी पूछना चाहती कि मुजफ्फरनगर के 2013 के दंगे के 84 से ज्यादा मुकदमे भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में वापस लिए गए, भाजपा के नेताओं से मुकदमे वापस लिए गए। तो जो संविधान ने अधिकार दिए हैं सरकारों को, वो सरकारें उस संविधान के अनुसार, कानून के अनुसार वो मुकदमे वापस होते हैं। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी जनता का ध्यान मुख्य मुद्दों से हटाना चाहती है, इसलिए 1978 की बात हो रही है, 2025 की बात नहीं हो रही है।
Now viewers, let's also remind you what UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had said on the floor of the UP Assembly just a few weeks ago on this particular issue. Listen.
1978 में 184 हिंदुओं को सामूहिक रूप से जला दिया। 209 हिंदुओं की निर्मम हत्या वहां हुई है संभल के अंदर, 209 हिंदुओं की। और एक भी बार किसी ने उन निर्दोष हिंदुओं के लिए कभी 2 शब्द नहीं कहे, उनके प्रति, उन परिवारों के प्रति संवेदना के शब्द नहीं कहे।
And we have some big breaking news coming in at this point in time from Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh, and this is related to the violence that was reported on 24th of November. 10 people, remember, have been arrested, and the man who opened fire has been nabbed as well by the cops. Mullah Afroz was the person who opened fire. He has been arrested. He opened fire from within this crowd, the mob that had gathered. That's the latest update coming in. Pradeep Datta is now joining us live for more on this. Pradeep, give us more details of this arrest that has been made. Mullah Afroz, who is he? We are learning that he was the one who actually had opened fire from the mob.
See, one thing is quite clear after arrest of Mullah Afroz, what the security agencies and the police there have got to know, that this protest was not spontaneous as many people in Samajwadi Party made others to believe. This was well-planned conspiracy, and Mullah Afroz, during his questioning, he has revealed that it was at behest of Shariq Sata. Shariq Sata is considered to be working for Dawood gang, and he's also an ISI operative right now operating from Dubai. It was he who had asked Mullah Afroz and his associate to be present there and carry out trouble, and that's when he opened fire from within the mob, and during that process 2 people lost their life. One of them has been identified as Ayan, other is identified as Bilal, and from his position they have also recovered 32 bore pistol and some cartridges. Not only that, during interrogation he also revealed that some ammunition was snatched from police personnel also, so some 15 cartridges, and has also been recovered from other places. Now they are looking for more people who are associated with Mullah Afroz. Besides Mullah Afroz, 9 more people have been arrested. During the last few weeks, more than 70 people have so far been arrested. 60 were arrested earlier, now 10 people, that means 70 people have been arrested. That clearly indicate that this was a well-planned conspiracy. But unfortunately what is happening is that earlier also we were discussing about that appeasement politics had been continuing. What happened in 1993, that was Mulayam Singh Yadav, he wrote a letter withdrawing those cases of 1978, right? And this time also we have seen that Samajwadi Party people, they were beating chest for all those stone pelters, but not a single word was uttered for this police personnel or the people who lost their lives, because they were trying to only defend those stone pelters, saying that how Sambal police has opened fire. Now it is clear that from within the mob, that's what the Sambal police had been maintaining from day one, that from within the mob there was a firing that led to the injury of some of the police personnel, and 4 people lost their lives, precious lives were lost. And here in this case now,
Right.
Mullah Afzal, who has been arrested for the last few weeks, he had been absconding, he was moving from one place to another place. This man is involved in one, he's involved in arms smuggling. Second, he's used to steal expensive cars, and that those cars were sold in different parts of the country. And that is the business what Shariq Sata is also involved in. Shariq Sata is said to be operating from Dubai, and it was few years back he had fled to that area, and this man, Mullah Afzal, was in touch with Shariq Sata, and Shariq Sata is said to be inter-service intelligence stooge also. Because actually the investigation started when they recovered those bullets made in Pakistan Ordnance Factory. It was then only they decided to look into all the angles, and finally they have arrested Mullah Afroz. So there is a big catch for the Sambal police, and investigation is going on. Many more associates.
Well, this is expected to bring some kind of clarity on whether what happened in Sambal in November was part of a larger conspiracy. Was there some kind of a foreign involvement as well to the riots that took place earlier? Because this person that you're talking about, Mullah Afroz, is a big catch. Stay on with us, Pradeep Datta. We will discuss about his links to Pakistan in just a bit. But before that, let's listen into this reaction coming in from the additional SP on this case. Listen in.
विगत दिनांक 24 नवंबर को थाना कोतवाली संबल क्षेत्र में स्थित जामा मस्जिद के निकट हुई हिंसात्मक घटना के फलस्वरूप अभी तक 60 अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी सुनिश्चित की गई थी। आज 10 अन्य अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी की गई है। इस प्रकार घटना में अभी तक 70 अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी की जा चुकी है। आज गिरफ्तारशुदा अभियुक्त मुल्ला अफरोज पुत्र अफसर निवासी हुसैनी रोड थाना नखासा यह अभियुक्त शारिक साटा गैंग का सक्रिय सदस्य है एवं वाहन तस्करी एवं शस्त्र तस्करी से यह और इसका गैंग जुड़ा हुआ है। यह अपने अन्य साथियों के साथ घटना के समय भीड़ में मौजूद था और इसके द्वारा घटना में सक्रिय भागीदारी करते हुए पुलिस पार्टी पर फायरिंग की गई, जिसके फलस्वरूप भगदड़ में कुछ गोलियां इसके अन्य साथियों और उपद्रवियों को भी लगी, जिसमें 2 व्यक्तियों की मृत्यु हो गई, जिसमें एक बिलाल एवं दूसरा आयान है। अभियुक्त के कब्जे से आला कत्ल 1 अदद पिस्टल 32 बोर एवं 3 अदद जिंदा कार्टेज 32 बोर के बरामद किए गए हैं। यह अभियुक्त पूर्व से ही हत्या के प्रयास एवं आर्म्स एक्ट के काफी मुकदमों में जेल जा चुका है। इस अभियुक्त के अन्य साथियों की भी तलाश की जा रही है। शीघ्र ही उन्हें भी गिरफ्तार करते हुए प्रकरण में कठोर विधिक कार्रवाई शुरू की जाएगी।
More breaking news coming in at this point in time, and as me and my colleague Pradeep Datta were discussing just a short while ago about the arrest of Shariq Sata, who is a gangster with alleged links now to Dawood Ibrahim and Pakistan's ISI. Now, he initially also was seen as someone who orchestrated the violence that took place in Sambal, and now the key accused, Shariq Sata, has been arrested as well. As probe into the Sambal violence intensifies, we are learning from our sources that that Mullah Afroz is an aide of Dawood's henchman Shariq Satha. I beg your pardon, Mullah Afroz in fact has been arrested, who is the close aide of Shariq Satha. That's the update coming in. Let's go back to Pradeep, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Pradeep, now with the arrest of Mullah Afroz, has been made in this particular case. Give us more details about his links with this gangster Shariq Satha, because that's what the cops had also suspected, that it was Shariq Satha who was in fact the mastermind as far as Sambhal violence is concerned.
See, if we talk about Shariq Satha is a known criminal who used to jack cars, and then he used to sell it in different places in India. And just 2-3 years back, he fled to Dubai, and since then he's operating from there. He's said to be working with Dawood Ibrahim gang, and he's also working for Pakistan's spy agency, Inter-Service Intelligence. And what actually the police has got to know, this Mullah Afroz, who has been arrested by the police, he was working for Shariq Satha, and he also used to be involved in the smuggling of arms, and also used to steal expensive cars and then sell in different parts of the country. And it was for the police for the last several weeks was after him. He had been absconding. He was running from one place to another place. But finally, with the help of the informer, they were able to catch hold of this Mullah Afroz. And during interrogation, he revealed certain things. He said that he was in touch with Shariq Satha. It was at behest of Shariq Satha. He, along with associates, went over to that place where the survey team had come while the survey was being conducted inside the mosque on November 24. That was the time when they indulged in rioting. They started protests. They started pelting stone, and from within the mob, taking advantage of the situation, he opened fire, because of which 2 people lost their life. One of them has been identified as Bilal, and another is identified as Ayan. And that's what the police had been saying. Now it is one thing is clear, that these were not spontaneous protests. It was not that all of a sudden the protest broke out when survey was being conducted. That's what actually some political party leaders are making us believe. But the reality is that it was a well-planned conspiracy, and well-planned from across the border. And Shariq Satha is the man who had planned this conspiracy, because they wanted to instigate trouble, and they wanted to create a situation what really happened in 1978. Further, were trying to widen fault line between 2 communities. But this time, I think one should salute the people of Sambhal region, that they could understand and see through the nefarious plot and design of the enemy, and they did not resort to violence after that November 24 incident. And since then, we have seen the calm is prevailing in that area.
Right.
But they tried their level best to instigate trouble. They opened fire from within the mob, and because of which 2 people lost their life. And they've also recovered the weapon, 32 bore pistol, 3 cartridges, and also the ammunition that was snatched from the police personnel who were there on duty has also been recovered from the position. Now they're looking for his associate, who are said to be absconding.
Right. Pradeep, request you to stay on with us. And as we are getting more details on Sambhal violence, viewers, let's tell you, Mullah Afroz, the aide of Dawood's henchman Shariq Satha, has finally been arrested. Shariq Satha is believed to be the key conspirator of the Sambhal violence and a close aide of Dawood Ibrahim. In fact, now there is a Pakistan angle that has emerged that the cops are also now looking at. And viewers, as the UP cops are zeroing in on a possible Pakistan connection with the role as Shariq Satha is under lens, let's tell you a little bit about who Shariq Satha really is. Shariq Satha, viewers, is a notorious figure with a long criminal history and is emerging as a prime suspect in this particular case in Sambhal violence that was reported in November. Police are now investigating his suspected links to Pakistan's ISI and the infamous Dawood Ibrahim. Apart from that, Satha, who fled to Dubai using a fake passport just before the violence took place, is believed to have played a pivotal role in orchestrating the riots in Sambhal and creating disturbance there. And that's what cops currently are probing. Apart from this, cops are, looking at where all Shariq Satha visited. Remember, he is a local resident, in fact, of UP Sambhal. There are 54 cases of theft and robbery against Shariq that have been registered in Sambhal already. UP police officials are probing Shariq Satha's possible link to Pakistan. This probe, viewers, began after Pak-made cartridges were found in Sambhal, and that's when this whole, aspect started, whether there was some kind of a foreign hand as far as this Sambhal violence is concerned. Remember, these are the visuals we are now playing for our viewers from 24th of November. Now, Shariq Satha is also suspected to be the mastermind of this violence. Shariq Satha fled to Dubai before the violence took place using a fake passport. Cops are also suspecting Shariq's link with Dawood Ibrahim as well as the ISI. Shariq's involvement in counterfeit currency trade from Dubai is something that we have learned from top sources, who are investigating this particular case. Former Delhi ACP Ved Bhushan is now joining us on the broadcast. Sir, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. I want to know your thoughts on the latest revelations in this case. One, somebody who had links with Shariq Satha has been arrested in this particular case. Do you suspect a foreign hand?
No, exactly. It is previous record of Sambal riots in the 78 when riots were taken place. There was also some Pak connections emerged, and during this time the Shariq is a previous criminal conduct have and Pakistan link also, and he ran away Dubai after as like Atiq, his Guddu Muslim and Shaista Khan ran away to Dubai from Calcutta. It's the same chain. There is something linked between Atiq, Guddu, Shaista and all that. They are running to Dubai. However, Dubai has a very good treaty with us, and hopefully he will be deported very soon. But it's a very surprising because the investigation in between and this fact emerged, and it will be very good lead to the UP police, and for the investigation it will be benefiting.
All right, Mr. Ved Bhushan, appreciate you speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We are also now joined by Fakhrul Hasan Chand of Samajwadi Party. Good morning. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. A possible Pakistan link seems to be emerging as far as Sambal violence is concerned. The one person who opened fire has links with Shariq Satha. Your first reaction?
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में संबल हिंसा को लेके जिस तरीके की बयानबाजी हुई, जिस तरीके के फैक्ट वो सामने लेके आते रहे, तो समाजवादी पार्टी समझती है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है, किसी से भी किसी के भी लिंक निकाल सकती है। तो अपनी कमियों को, अपनी गलतियों को कैसे छुपाया जाए?
नहीं, एक बात बताइए फखरुल हसन साहब, मुझे समझ नहीं आया। आप जब ये कह रहे हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है, किसी से भी किसी के लिंक निकाल सकती है, इसमें आप किस चीज पर सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं? जिसे अरेस्ट किया गया है उस बात पर आप सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं कि जो फैक्ट है उसके लिंक्स अगर हैं दाऊद इब्राहिम के हेंचमैन के साथ, आप उस पे सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं?
वो देखिए, वो किसी से भी लिंक निकाल दे, वो ओसामा बिन लादेन से निकाल दे किसी के लिंक। जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार 2000 से ज्यादा लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया हो, जहां एक तरफा कार्रवाई हुई हो, मनमाने तरीके से कार्रवाई हुई हो, जहां समाजवादी पार्टी के सांसद पे बिजली चोरी के मुकदमे लगा दिए गए हों, जहां देश की सबसे बड़ी अदालत किसी मामले को देख रही हो, जहां न्यायिक जांच चल रही हो किसी मामले की, तो समाजवादी पार्टी समझती जो सच है वो जनता के सामने आएगा जरूर। भारतीय जनता पार्टी पाकिस्तान, दाऊद इब्राहिम, इन सब को लिंक करके इस मुद्दे को हटा नहीं सकती, जनता का ध्यान नहीं हटा सकती, आप सच्चाई से नहीं भाग सकते। तो जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी है उसकी जो जांच है उस पर पहले से ही सवाल है। समाजवादी पार्टी पहले से सवाल उठाती रही है। 2000 से ज्यादा लोगों के साथ किस तरीके से वहां पे जाती हो रही है, किस तरीके से संभल में लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया जा रहा है, वो सवाल है और हम ये सवाल उठाते रहेंगे।
जी, फखरुल हसन जी, आप बने रहिए हमारे साथ। वी हैव मिस्टर दिनेश शर्मा एज वेल जॉइनिंग अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट। गुड मॉर्निंग, थैंक यू फॉर स्पीकिंग विद अस हियर ऑन टाइम्स नाउ। Samajwadi Party is raising questions on the way the probe has really taken forward and the way a Pakistani link is something that's also being suspected in this case. Your reaction?
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी की प्रतिक्रिया पर मैं क्या प्रतिक्रिया दे सकता हूं? जिन्होंने आतंकवादियों पर से केस वापस ले लिए हो अपने समय में, जिनको जो है अफजल गुरु दिखाई पड़ता है और जो आतंकी हैं वो निर्दोष दिखाई पड़ते हैं, उनसे आप क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं? मैं समझता हूं कि जो पाकिस्तान के कारतूस बरामद हुए थे और एक जो मुख्य आरोपी है वो दुबई में भागा हुआ है, उसकी तलाश चल रही है और जो पकड़े गए हैं साक्ष्यों के आधार पर उनका लिंक सीधे पाकिस्तान से आ रहा है। तो
ऑल राइट, Fakhrul Hasan and Dinesh Sharma, appreciate both of you for joining us here on Times Now. We'll be tracking this story closely ahead as well. For now, slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.